Hello there everyone, this is Mark3 and welcome back to another round of Mindustry. Yes, Mindustry! Factory Tower Defense. Yes. I swear I had a more organised intro planned, but it's just like, nope. Brain go derp and stop. Anyway, welcome back to Mindustry. Where I've just been basically just sitting around since last time. I've let my resources build up here, so we're ready to launch with 9k of everything, except for coal. I have actually put a coal field in because I'm going to be using that in a second. Because the other main thing I've done is I've gone and worked out a new core setup to launch, which will automatically give me access to monos and I wanted to say phantoms, but no, polys. Yeah, monos and polys. It's slower than my manual setup, but it will auto-load using those new unloaders we unlocked last time, so that should be helpful. But we need to get a move on, so map. We are going to be hitting Windswept Isles, I think. I did ask at the end last time if anyone had any preferences, but nobody said anything about that. At least I don't think so. Give me a sec to pass Happy Hafer's comment for a moment. Nope, Happy Hafer did not say a particular one he wanted to see first, so I'm just going to go Windswept Isles because it's not a base attack mission. So, here we go. Load up this one here, this monstrosity. I wanted to use like payload belts, but unfortunately they don't fit within the 5-tile limit around the core, so it's a bit unfortunate. But this one will do the job, so max out my resources and launch to Windswept Isles. Let's see what there is to be seen. Okay, never played this map before. Okay, so this is pretty basic, as you can see. You've got 2 air factories to produce monos, 2 to produce polys, a bit of salt to help it out, but it's fed by output from unloaders from the core's reserves, and then there's coal in the core, because as a compact and cheap power source, a set of combustion generators just make sure this thing has enough power to operate. And this will be in place just until we get all of that, but what's the point though? We can't build on that water, can we? Oh, we can, apparently. Okay. But yeah, I've never seen this map before. Never touched it, never played it. Don't know where the enemy might be coming from or what they might be. Interesting. Okay, first objective, find the enemy spawn point, then figure out how the heck I'm going to defend all this. And I've got like 4 minutes to do it. Okay, we've got some initial production going up. Nothing too bad. I'm just going for my initial power supply and then initial defense. What makes me a bit nervous though is I don't actually know what this map's going to throw at me. I'm just a bit paranoid because of recent comments like on last few episodes, like there's naval craft and I'm expecting like air and maybe waterborne enemies. I don't know if there's waterborne enemies in this game. Oh, hello Polly, how are you doing? Good, Polly. So yeah, starting to produce some stuff. But while we get this set up, let's get into Happy Hafer's comment a little bit. Starts off saying, overflow and unflow gates seem to jam when you use 3 in a row. For some reason, they just don't play nice with that setup. Sometimes even 2 in a row are enough to cause issues. It's similar with routers, but don't clog completely, but it's I had rapid building, so just like, hang on a second. Okay, basic coal supply. And then this lot is getting some of that, so that'll at least fire up. So let's go get those defenses in place. We've got 2 minutes left. It's only initial defenses. Yeah. They do flow noticeably, so if you place 2 or more in a row, which is why I advise to switch to the gates. Though for my defense setups, I usually use routers only because it's not important to supply the first or last in line with priority, just to get all the guns shooting at all times. Yeah, I think that's might be why I went with routers in my defense setup. Just to avoid any potential clogging issues, though, I don't recall exactly what was behind me building it that way. But as you do. Look at this, I've got 2 polys now. Yay! Also, I'm down to 2.5k copper and reducing. Yeah. Well, that's to be expected. I don't have a decent copper supply. The monos are starting on that, but it's early going. And I'm spending a lot of it really quickly just to get defences up. Even these two polys at the start are really helping. Moving on. About belt balancing, you consider supplying 5 belts to Pyrite factories just to get the ratios properly? I don't bother with that at all. In fact, I find it rather awkward to use more than the building's length worth of... Yeah, more than just the length of the building is a bit awkward to use, I've found. So it's like you have to take special care and you need to just break the buildings up a bit to get all the belts going in, is what I've found with that. So yeah, they can be a bit awkward because some of the buildings are way smaller than the input lines if you want to feed an entire belt's worth into them. But that's part of the... I was going to say part of the fun, but it's part of the challenge. Also, I need a router there. Whoops. Get those anti-aircraft guns online. I don't have enough copper, do I? I do not. But the guns are getting loaded, that's the main thing. So what are we going to get? What are we going to get? An air unit? Almost bypassed my defensive line. Where was it going? It was going this way, so it was going straight in the general direction of that. So that's actually a big spawn area there. I was not anticipating that. So I need an anti-aircraft battery down here as well. Well, that's potentially quite fun. Just get this down here. Again, nothing special about this. It's just like slap it in, off it goes. Feed it with a basic material. Let's give the anti-aircraft at least some basic defenses in titanium as well, just to help them resist a casual shot or two. Nothing serious. Though we are going to need to update these defenses with mends and things later. Right, back to the comment. Where was I? The necessity of using 3 belts for a 2-wide building Pyrite mixer annoys them enough that don't use Pyrite at all if I have a choice. Honestly, I've found that Pyrite usually is quite forgiving to have like maybe a limited factory setup and then just stockpile ammunition in a storage or something. That's usually good enough if you want to use Pyrite. Though that said, remember, I use silicon in my main defensive lines because it's just so convenient and I want to make a lot of it anyway. So I get where you're coming from. Same with alloy smelters, though sadly you can't just skip using those alloy smelters. Do I have a schematic for alloy smelters? That's all as well. Blast cores, plastinium presses, metaglass. I mean, there's the pyrite core there. I don't have something for phase alloy. I never got far enough using that to nail down a smelter setup for it, did I? Oh well. Moving on, there is more to this comment though. Right. A tip about bridges. They don't accept input from the reverse flow direction, so if you build a bridge over a drill, not be able to use the bridge without a side connection conveyor piece. I found that if a bridge like goes into a central bridge pillar and then goes on to the next one, it's like it won't unload from the central one at all, even with center pieces trying to pull from it. So part of the problem with how I was doing those drill setups is the water would be bypassing drills in the middle of the setup. So it's like I had to go in and disable those bridges every single time to get water to start flowing into the central drills. So that was fun. Continue on. Also, you know the bridges only auto-connect as planned if they are built in the right order. That is true, though you can't build on an existing bridge. So, plan is a bit harder to sort out that way. Another air unit in that general area. I think it's dead. Good job, Salvos. I'm also noting the lack of very light attacks right now. Can work with limitations just. I can work with limitations just fine, though I really dislike how short they can be. So one of the very few mods I use is to make them 10 blocks long. Ooh, 10 block long bridges in this. Okay. Feels like a natural thing to do. I mean, they can build flying fortresses and teleporters. Why can't they build a proper long bridge? That is actually a very fair point. I mean, that's one thing about Factorio as well. It's like you can't build proper long conveyors and things. And sometimes that'd be really convenient. Though it might just be a gameplay thing. Yeah, I'm happy if it goes and say, guess it might be gameplay balancing. Just can't seem to agree on that. It's a bit too inconvenient sometimes. Oh, I am sorry. I missed this part. I just kind of glossed over this. About which mission to go to, I would suggest Fungal Pass because that unlocks cultivators, which make spore pods with water you can use for power generation. Yeah, I should have gone to Fungal Pass. Hopefully we'll hit that in this episode. Let's call on the next wave. Ooh, there's a naval unit. Hello. Oh, my ramming didn't help. Okay, we're full on monos. And I think a silicon lime will help. Also, I can actually wall off the side that this unit came through. I suck at defending. I really do. So my first sign of a naval unit, and I'm already having to panic build a little bit, just trying to make sure I can head it off. And yes, I'm using hails because long range. I'm not even sure where it's trying to go, honestly. Is it deliberately going around the edge of the map? It is, isn't it? And I'm dead again. Actually, you know what? Let's put a Lancer in place. That should be good, right? Where are you even going? Where are you even going? Okay. Right, so defensive line needs work. Naval units. Self-sufficiency. Cultivators can outperform their own power. They do. I remember that from last time I was playing as well. And for last, I went ahead and built a large setup. Cultivators supporting into coal centrifuge, into steam generators. Did surprisingly well. 1,500 extra power production. Whole thing not even properly belt balanced. Just getting enough water has proved to be a bit of an issue since I haven't got better pumps yet. And looking back at the wall text I just wrote, I really wonder how I always end up writing so much. Mindustry, it's a sign that Mindustry is a game with hidden depths. The fact that it can inspire such commentary is honestly quite a good sign for how involved the game can be. And I'm going to wall off this waterway here so just the boats can't go through. I'll do the same in the middle as well. Force them into that right-hand side. But yeah, sorry, I missed the whole should go and do fungal pass to unlock spore pods bit. But yeah, I need to go ahead and get this stuff sorted out. But I also need defensive upgrades. I need resources and all that stuff. Anyway, Happy Aphids comment was the only one on the actual video itself, though Bapple did express on the Discord. Thanks for doing it again. Always seems to enjoy having Mindustry episodes going on. Another airwave. But anyway, yeah. Let us go ahead and start exploiting this map. The way that nature intended. Mine all the things. I don't actually need you anymore. I thank you for your service, but I have full wings of both craft. I don't need you anymore. Now we can start feeding the core directly with intakes of resources, because that is fairly important. We're just getting some basic copper and lead lines in to start out, just because, well, monos are a great supplement, but having a dedicated line is still generally a good idea. And then we can move on to more advanced materials. Something of potential interest here is, I didn't notice this at first, but this map has an oil extractor and plastinium compressor installed here. Now, I also don't know if I have the materials to repair these, so let's give it a shot, shall we? Apparently not for the oil well. Plastinium compressor, though, I can do. And what does that need? That is coal and... Is that titanium? Coal and titanium for that. Alright. Apparently I've not unlocked a spore pod yet, so we'll have to try that and see how we do. I was also wrong, by the way. It's not actually coal, unfortunately. It's probably pretty obvious to anyone who remembers, but I forgot. It's also pretty obvious of what's next to it there, but that's oil, not coal. Also, oh, that's apparently there's a lack of power bridge. There we go. That should be... There we go. New content unlocked. Spore pods. Don't think that'll give me anything, but spore pods. Oh, no, that's a spore press. And blast mix as well. Ooh. Shiny things. Okay. Now that's unlocked the spore press. Question is, where is that? Spore press. No, that's cryofluid. Something else I need to work on. Spore press. Outputs oil for spore pods. Haha. All right. Again, this is not efficient, but we've only got the one plastinium processor here, so understandable, right? Also tear up those. New content oil. New content plastinium. We have cheesed it. We've got early plastinium. Well, we're not cheesed it. I mean, we were told by that comment a few episodes back, but yeah, we've got oil and plastinium unlocked. All right. Has that given us any toys? It's given us swarmers, homing missiles at enemies. That sounds like it'd be very useful for this map, actually, if I can get enough plastinium to research it. Plastinium wall, battery diodes, one directional only power. Okay, yep, that's sometimes useful. Coal centrifuge turns oil into coal. Nice. Multipress. Oh, yes. Lilu Dallas multipass. But what I'm hoping for is like, well, a silicon crucible. What the heck's that? Using pyrite as an additional heat source, more efficient in hot locations. Boosted by hot 4, 6, 1 to 8. Okay. Where's the silicon press? There it is. So it actually requires a lower ratio in terms of sand. Also 2 to 1 on that, 1 to 1. So yeah, that is much more efficient. Unfortunately, it needs more plastinium. What I was hoping for, though, was the plastinium press tech, which doesn't look like it's going to be forthcoming. Yeah, I can't see it in here, unfortunately. So I think I'll have to only get that potentially by unlocking this particular sector, but we can at least produce plastinium. Nothing I can do about that oil extractor, though. I keep having an issue of boats sneaking past me. See what I mean? But this should hopefully help. Yep. Boats are no match for ripples. In this case, fitted with silicon. When I realised I was having trouble with mobile targets, I decided to prioritise silicon. So I've got a silicon line going up. We are setting up for metaglass over here, and we're setting up for graphite down here. But yep, silicon is the first one that's operational. And it's producing extra coal, which I think I'll feed somewhere else. But for now, I do kind of need to try and focus on my resources. My reserves are actually getting a bit depleted. Also, those ripples are great for now, but we do need to get a defense fully operational as well. At least I don't have to worry about land units, I think. Most likely. Oh god, the next wave is going to be a land wave, isn't it? Because I just jinxed it rather hard. I know this is going to be kind of overkill, but I'm breaking out this old blueprint of a spore press just to feed this single plastinium processor with as much oil as I think it can need. So it should be just fine for oil on this thing. It should be running full tilt. But that's all we can do really, isn't it? How are we doing for coal? We could use a bit more. Okay. Underflow that one into that line there, just to make sure. And then bring in the other coal line down here, which we just need to get plugged in and working. I found it a bit easier to work like a bit at a time. Like get either the belts laid out, then leave gaps for the water, because if we do that we can use the fact that conduits auto build their bridges to actually help get things sorted out. Unfortunately that's a bit too long, isn't it? Whoops. Fine, let's go this way. Assuming I don't mess it up. And so there is metaglass. Yes, flow metaglass, flow. But with that we've got silicon for guided munitions, we've got metaglass for heavy anti-air. We've got the ammo supplies kind of sorted out now. Just need a bit more water over here. And then we've also got those feeding into our primary reserve as well. So, time to install the big guns. As in as much DACA as possible, because of course. Maybe I should look into getting some pyrotite mixer as well. No, not pyrotite, cryofluid mixer as well. Super cool, those things. Because bling. That's good enough reason, right? It's not by much, but we are making the first cryofluid of this run. And right now I'm just dumping it into tanks, because the plan is let this current wave come in, scrap, rebuild, and then watch the enemy flail harmlessly against my defences. Maybe I'll install a bit more ammo buffer just in case down here. Also, I like to build up a little bit better. Yeah, there's no space for one more pair of crates down here, isn't there? 600 per line? I think that's plenty. And yeah, this cryofluid is just running off this local titanium deposit here, so nothing too bad. Next wave, what are you? You are some aircraft, some boats. Waves have been fairly light, but they are... Well, the boats were going that way until I walled it off. But the only reason I'm really doing so well against the boats is I've got guided artillery coming at it. I'm doing so well. Boat gets past. Ugh, I can't shoot things to save my life. Dang it. Okay, fine. Let's put down a laser down here. You are not escaping, you know. Or you are. Almost. In other news, our Seoul Plastinium press is overloading with oil because it's working as fast as it can. Okay, let's get those defences sorted out. We've got a minute to build it. I am so lucky that was just an airwave. I don't think they're going to get very far. Except for the guys that are going after the areas not covered by the anti-air. Oi, come back here. You're being a cheek, aren't you? You know what, fine. Here, have a salvo with homing munitions. Let's see how you like that. Certainly not a lot because he probably wandered off. I will get you, you know. Eventually. Oh well. Looks like I need more defences though if aircraft are actually coming in across the entire way. Though all ground units are going past all of these cool salvos down here. So I need to be aware of that one. Also need more well, I could do with more cryo-fluid production, but it's kind of tricky to do that. I think that anti-aircraft works. I also forgot to give this wall self-repair, so you need to adjust it ever so slightly. That should be good. Okay, I might add some more anti-aircraft defences in elsewhere, but this is about it, right? So I think it is. Lots of bombardment to make life hell for naval. There's the air part, which is gone. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much covered now. Just need to make sure I've got the anti-aircraft absolutely nailed down. And I forgot to leave room for repair systems again. Whoops. And I know I said that we were going to try and get to Fungal Pass this episode, but I'll be honest, I don't think I have the time in this recording session right now. Mindustry strikes again, it seems. But yeah, I've only got maybe like an hour left before I have to depart, and it's taking time for me to build this stuff up and things. It's like sometimes you forget how much Mindustry takes time. Especially if I'm doing jump cuts between interesting bits and bobs around the place. Oh well. I had an idea this was going to happen when I was set and started recording in this approach, so it's fine. He says, vaguely, hopefully. Okay, let's get these feed lines sorted out. Okay, I'm going to just start the boss rush, I think. Let's go. Because I don't think I need anything else, really. Unless the game decides to throw a curveball at me. Bye-bye. Another airwave. I've got to say that these metaglass fed things are always doing great, though the rate at which I'm expending is also drawing everything that this core is producing down here. So that is something to be aware of. Oops, good thing I saw those repairs. There's also been some damage, it seems. Just have to be careful not to overstretch my supply lines, but I don't think I will. Not with the rate this is going. Maybe I should add some of these up here, just in case. Yeah, let's add a couple of these. I want you to go that way round. Yep, it's something like that. Then you have that. Can't quite copy paste it because something's in the way, so I'm just going to grab that down there. Again, those, pipe, and actually I don't need to worry about powering everything because there's already a line of power projection up the top there, so that's fine. This will be good. Unless I misclick like that. Whoops. And there we go, just a bit of insurance, I guess you could call this one. Not really needed, but it's there just in case. Same with adding a bit of extra fortification to these lines, just to make sure that they do okay. So if an area is overflown, it just doesn't let the damage spread too much. And at least without pyrotites, there's no risk of ammo feeds burning down, since I'm using non-flammable silicon for all this stuff. So yeah, let's come on. 15 enemies. That's a big airwave. It's a very dead airwave. Okay. You're heavy. You're also dead. I'll be honest, I'm just glad that there isn't crash damage in this, because I'd be taking more damage from the crashes than I would be from the enemies at this point. Once again, I think I've overgunned the situation. Bye. Hello, bombers. Goodbye, bombers. Minor damage to the systems, nothing major. How's cryofluid doing? Cryofluid is holding up okay-ish. Tolerable. Oh, bye. I think that boat's dead. One thing I will note is the problem is my levels down here are so low because I'm actually using the basic pipes still. So they're struggling to shift the fluid fast enough, honestly. But if you look, it's like currently feeding like 28 or so per second. When those fluid producers down... Hello again. Yeah, that shield didn't help you, did it? Bye. But those three mixers down there should produce up to 36. It's just that I can't pipe it out fast enough. What's the Guardian? Oh, that's the Guardian. It's the boat. Unfortunately, it's now getting shelled. Like a lot. Oh dear. Okay, right. That's mission complete. Any new shinies unlocked? Pretty please. Differential generator. Large amounts of difference between cryofluid and pyrite. That's another reason to use pyrite. It can be used in some of your power systems for very dangerous burny stuff. Ooh, pulse conduit. Drink. Rotary pumps. Oh yeah, that's a good one to get. And I can almost afford the silicon crucible for a more efficient silicon. Unfortunately, it costs pyrite. No, plastinium? Yeah, plastinium. Unfortunately, it costs plastinium to build, which I can't refine yet. Oh, but yeah, we got it. We got plastinium compressors, so we can actually build them now. Nice. So we can actually start doing that. Got some very nice little toys in here. Very good. Though I said in the last bit before. Oh, apparently I've been leaking cryofluid this whole time. Whoops. No wonder pressure was struggling a bit. Okay. But unfortunately, as I insinuated, I do need to stop recording now, so that's going to be it for this episode. It should be about half hour, though recording time is like... What time are we at? About 3 hours. It takes a while to build stuff up sometimes. Yeah, getting on towards 3 hours build time. Let's have a look around the map real quick, though. We got the salt flats, the extraction outpost, and the tar fields. Ooh. Another enemy base. Salt flats is there. And the tar fields. Hang on, what was it that Ava said I unlock if I do the pass? Need to find that comment again in my list. 1 second. Here it is. Fungal pass unlocks cultivators, makes spore pods. So, yeah, actually, yeah, I've already got the cultivators. It's just they're here under drills. So I actually unlocked those last time. So yeah, I didn't realize even though I went ahead and built some. I don't actually need to hit Hungle Pass because there was I think it was the biomass facility that unlocked those, or at least allowed me to unlock them. I was able to purchase them. But anyway, need to wrap up there. Need to get myself sorted out so I can get going. So this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show, and I'll catch you all some other time. This map needs to be optimized to allow for faster. I need to rig it so it can build plastinium in a decent amount. Yeah, that. Also multi-presses. Look at the flow of graphite coming out of those guys. Very nice. Anyway, yeah. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel, gives me those virtual head pats I oh so crave. And I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, cryofluid levels are actually recovering a bit. Nice.